Sounds alarming, doesn't it? It's true. And it's not just about feeling weaker. A condition called sarcopenia is quietly robbing millions of seniors around the world of their strength, their balance, and ultimately, their independence. The statistics are sobering. More than 50 million older adults are affected, and each year, over 300,000 elderly people end up hospitalized simply due to falls caused by weak muscles. But wait, here's what's truly shocking, and also incredibly hopeful. New research, published in prestigious journals like the Journal of Physiology, has completely disproven the old idea that muscle loss is just an inevitable, unavoidable part of getting older. Can you believe it? In fact, there are people well into their 70s, and even their 80s, who possess the strength, the mobility, and even the appearance of someone decades younger. They're still hiking mountains, playing sports, living actively, while others their age struggle with everyday tasks, like simply standing up from a chair or climbing a few stairs. So, what's their secret? Why is there such a vast difference? Well, here's the problem. A staggering 93% of seniors have absolutely no idea which simple daily habits can actually reverse or at least significantly delay this daunting muscle loss. Even more surprising, most doctors rarely, if ever, even mention them. However, according to top researchers at highly respected institutions like the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Medical School, there absolutely are science-backed daily habits that can help you rebuild lost strength, restore muscle mass, and most importantly, maintain your independence and quality of life far into old age. Unfortunately, most people are unknowingly making one common mistake every single day that silently accelerates this muscle loss without them even realizing it. It's a seemingly simple behavior, but recognizing and correcting it could be the crucial difference between staying active and independent on your own terms or needing assistance for the most basic tasks. In this video, we're going to break down, step by step, the 7 daily habits practiced by the strongest, most vital seniors out there. We'll explore what they do differently that allows them to keep hiking mountains, enjoying sports, and even outperforming people half their age on strength tests. We'll dive deep into each habit, explaining the science behind why it works, the specific benefits it offers, and most importantly, how you can start implementing these habits into your own life, starting today. Let's embark on this journey to rediscover youthful strength together. Before we get started, I'd love to know where you're joining me from today. Drop a comment below and feel free to ask any questions you have. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a health-boosting tip from Elders Guidance. Let's dive into what is arguably the single most crucial habit separating strong, independent 80-year-olds from their frail peers. Progressive resistance training, PRT. Researchers at Tufts University call it the closest thing we have to an anti-aging drug. If you adopt only one habit, make it this one. Why is PRT so powerful? After age 30, adults typically lose 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade, accelerating dramatically after 60. This isn't just about appearance. Losing muscle means losing fundamental strength, balance, mobility, metabolic health, and ultimately, cherished independence. Here's the overlooked truth. Muscle doesn't stick around just from staying active or walking. To maintain or build weakening muscle as you age, you must challenge it through progressive overload. The healthiest superagers consistently follow 4 key principles. First, intensity, not just movement. Short sessions of high-effort strength training do more for aging muscles than hours of light activity. A McMaster University study showed significant gains from just 2 weeks of high-intensity training. The goal isn't necessarily heavy weights, but safely reaching muscle fatigue, the point where you can't do another repetition with good form. That's the growth trigger. Second, compound movements. Instead of isolating muscles like bicep curls, focus on full-body exercises mimicking real life. Squats or chair stands, push-ups, start against a wall, rows, resistance bands are great, and safe hip hinges. These activate multiple muscles, release beneficial hormones, and build functional strength used daily. Third, track progress and increase difficulty. Using the same light weights forever won't work. Track workouts even simply, and aim to do slightly more each week or cycle, more repetitions, slightly more resistance, or increased time under tension per rep. Continuous, gradual progress is key. Fourth, slow down the eccentric phase. Controlling the lowering part of an exercise slowly creates more muscle tension, stimulating growth safely without excessive joint stress. It's highly effective for older adults. The results are remarkable. Even starting in their 70s or 80s, seniors see huge improvements. A landmark 12-week University of Alabama study showed older participants doing PRT gained over 3 pounds of lean muscle and increased strength by an impressive 35%. Alongside stronger muscles came better brain function, denser bones, and improved blood sugar control, all from just 2 30-minute sessions per week. Despite this evidence, many older adults avoid strength training, fearing it's too dangerous, difficult, or not for their age. But the stark reality is, the real danger lies in not doing it. Without resistance training, muscle loss is virtually inevitable, bringing increased fragility, higher fall risk, and gradual loss of independence. So please don't be afraid. Start slowly, prioritize learning correct form, and always listen to your body. Don't hesitate to seek guidance from a qualified trainer, physical therapist, or reputable online resource to get started safely and confidently. They can tailor a program to your needs. The core lesson? Strength, especially as we age, isn't passive. It's an active achievement requiring consistent, challenging, intelligently progressed effort. Overcoming initial hesitation is the most critical step in reclaiming and rebuilding your strength for a more independent future. If you enjoyed this video, comment 1 to let me know. If not, comment 2. Your thought matter to me either way. Let's move on to our second powerful habit. When people typically talk about age-related muscle loss, they often picture shrinking muscle fibers, or maybe just a lack of exercise. But what if a significant part of the problem isn't actually in your muscles at all, but rather in your nervous system's ability to effectively control them? It's true. The vital connection point between your brain and your muscles, known as the neuromuscular junction, or NMJ, plays an absolutely huge role in your ability to stay strong, coordinated, and independent as you age. Think of it as the communication highway between your command center, the brain, and your movers, the muscles. Once that connection starts to fray, and this happens faster than most people realize, no amount of protein you eat or basic exercise you do will fully restore your peak strength and control. Here's the critical information. After around age 60, these crucial neuromuscular connections naturally begin to deteriorate quite rapidly, unless they are actively stimulated and maintained. Imagine them like electrical outlets. If the wiring gets damaged or corroded, it doesn't matter how powerful the appliance, your muscle is, the signal simply won't get through effectively, or it might be weak and unreliable. This can manifest as reduced strength, slower reaction times, and poorer coordination. But here comes the really good news. Recent studies are showing clearly that certain specific habits can preserve, and even help rebuild, these vital brain-to-muscle pathways. This helps older adults stay strong, remain mobile, react quicker, and even stay mentally sharp. So, how do those inspiring superagers manage to keep these connections firing on all cylinders? They often incorporate these 4 key strategies. 1. They train for coordination, not just brute strength. Activities that demand precise movements, balance, and timing. Think Tai Chi, dancing, playing tennis, or even table tennis, ping pong. Challenge the brain and nervous system in ways that straightforward walking or basic weightlifting often don't. A fascinating study from 2020 found that older adults who regularly practiced coordination-based exercises just twice a week preserved their neuromuscular connections, 31% better than those who stuck solely to traditional workouts. It's about making the brain work with the muscle in intricate ways. 2. They support their nerve health with targeted nutrients. Certain compounds act like protectors and enhancers for the NMJ. Things like alpha-lipoic acid and acetyl L-carnitine help shield the neuromuscular junction from oxidative damage. Specific vitamins like B1 in its active form known as benfotiamine and certain natural compounds like huperzine A have also been shown to potentially boost acetylcholine, the key chemical messenger, the neurotransmitter, that your nerves use to signal your muscles to activate. 3. They stimulate their vagus nerve. Now, this might sound a bit unusual, but simple, controlled breathing techniques can actually enhance neuromuscular signaling. A popular one is box breathing. Inhale slowly for 4 seconds. Hold your breath gently for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly for 4 seconds, and hold the exhale for 4 seconds. Repeating this simple cycle for just 5 minutes a day has been shown in recent research to potentially boost neuromuscle activation by up to 15%. It works by increasing calming parasympathetic activity, which fine-tunes nerve signaling. And 4. They actively keep their minds sharp. It's becoming increasingly clear that cognitive decline and muscle loss often go hand in hand. Why? Because the very same neural networks involved in thinking, learning, and memory also play a role in controlling movement. One study from Columbia University found that seniors who regularly engaged in challenging mental tasks, like doing puzzles, learning a new skill or language, or playing memory games, had better preserved neuromuscular function compared to their less mentally active peers. So, while most fitness advice understandably focuses on the physical body, the super-agers understand a deeper truth. If you don't actively train and maintain the brain and its communication lines, the muscles simply won't respond optimally. And the best part? These habits, practicing coordination, focusing on specific nutrients, mindful breathing, and engaging your brain, are generally simple, often enjoyable, and can mostly be done right at home. No fancy gym membership or expensive equipment is necessarily required. The lesson here is profound. Your strength isn't just about muscle size. It's critically dependent on the quality of the conversation between your brain and your body. Nurturing this connection through targeted activities and lifestyle choices is a vital, yet often overlooked secret to staying strong, coordinated, and independent throughout your later years. Now, let's talk about nutrition again, but this time we're shifting focus. Protein, carbs, and fats, the macronutrients, usually grab all the headlines when it comes to diet and muscle. But if you're over 60 and serious about protecting or even rebuilding your strength, there's another critical layer you absolutely need to pay attention to. Micronutrients. Think of vitamins and minerals as the unsung heroes, the essential behind-the-scenes support staff for your muscles. They don't necessarily build muscle directly like protein does, but without adequate amounts of them, your body simply cannot effectively use the protein you eat, nor can it fully benefit from the exercise you do. They are involved in energy production, muscle contraction, nerve signaling, repair processes, and protecting tissues from damage. And here's the crucial catch. Most older adults are deficient in at least one or more of these key micronutrients, often without having any idea. Let's look at some of the biggest players when it comes to muscle health. First up is magnesium. Often called the forgotten electrolyte, magnesium is a powerhouse involved in over 300 biochemical reactions related to muscle function, including energy production within your cells, proper muscle contraction and relaxation, and recovery after exertion. Yet studies suggest that more than 70% of older adults aren't getting enough magnesium through their diet. The impact? One study revealed that seniors with adequate magnesium levels had 30% stronger grip strength and demonstrated better overall physical performance compared to those who were even slightly low. So, where can you find it? Focus on leafy green vegetables like spinach, nuts, seeds, beans, and yes, even a little bit of good quality dark chocolate. Next, let's talk about creatine. And no, it's absolutely not just for young bodybuilders. Creatine is a naturally occurring compound that helps your muscles store readily available energy in the form of phosphocreatine. Research consistently shows that creatine supplementation significantly improves both muscle strength and cognitive function in older adults. Daily supplementation with a modest dose, typically 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate, the most studied form, has been shown to effectively increase muscle mass, boost power output, and even enhance brain performance in seniors, especially when combined with resistance training. It helps you get more out of your workouts and supports overall energy. Then there's vitamin B12, which becomes particularly important as we age. Why? Because our body's ability to absorb B12 from food naturally declines with age, and this issue can be significantly worsened if you take common medications like proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux or metformin for diabetes. B12 plays a key role in maintaining healthy nerves. Remember our neuromuscular connections, energy metabolism, and proper muscle signaling. It's important to note that the most effective, readily usable form is often methylated B12, methylcobalamin, not always the cheaper synthetic cyanocobalamin found in many basic multivitamins. And let's not forget crucial trace minerals. Zinc is vital for muscle repair processes and supports a healthy immune system. Selenium acts as a powerful antioxidant, protecting muscle tissue from oxidative stress and damage. Chromium plays a role in improving insulin sensitivity, which helps nutrients like glucose and amino acids get into your muscle tissue more efficiently. The cumulative effect of having optimal levels of these micronutrients is significant. A long-term study from Tufts University found that seniors who maintained optimal levels of key micronutrients preserved an impressive 22% more muscle mass over a 5-year period compared to those who were deficient. First, don't just guess. If you're concerned or want to optimize, ask your doctor about getting a micronutrient panel blood test to identify any specific gaps you might have. Second, prioritize eating a varied diet rich in whole foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, lean proteins, as this is the best foundation for getting a wide range of vitamins and minerals. And third, if testing reveals deficiencies, or if your diet isn't consistently optimal, supplement strategically and wisely, focusing on high-quality forms of the specific nutrients your body actually needs, rather than just taking excessive amounts of a generic multivitamin. The lesson learned is clear. No matter how perfect your protein intake might seem, or how dedicated you are to your workouts, you'll never achieve your full strength potential without the essential micronutrient support staff helping everything run smoothly behind the scenes. Paying attention to these vital details can make a world of difference. Our fourth habit addresses a hidden saboteur of muscle strength: chronic inflammation. This isn't the temporary, helpful inflammation you see with an injury. It's a persistent, low-grade internal state, often called inflammaging, that quietly undermines your body's tissues over time, acting as a silent muscle thief. This simmering inflammation can stem from various sources, like consistently poor sleep, imbalances in your gut microbiome, chronic stress, or even dietary factors. Why is this so critical for your muscles? Because this low-grade inflammation creates an environment hostile to muscle maintenance. It actively interferes with your body's muscle-building signals and makes it easier for muscle tissue to be broken down. Research confirms its impact. A significant Tufts University study showed that seniors with higher inflammation markers lost muscle mass 3 times faster than those with lower levels, regardless of similar protein intake or exercise habits. The good news is you can take control through lifestyle choices often practiced by the healthiest seniors. Here's a focused look at how to cool that internal fire. Prioritize quality sleep. Consistent restorative sleep, 7 to 9 hours in a dark, quiet environment, is profoundly anti-inflammatory. Make it non-negotiable. Nurture your gut. A healthy gut is key to managing inflammation. Focus on eating a wide variety of plant foods for fiber, and consider adding fermented foods like yogurt or kefir to support beneficial gut bacteria. Balance your exercise. Movement is crucial, but chronic, excessive, high-intensity training without proper recovery can fuel inflammation. Emphasize consistent, moderate activity and ensure adequate rest between more intense strength sessions. Embrace anti-inflammatory eating. Regularly include foods known to combat inflammation. Fatty fish, like salmon for omega-3s, turmeric, colorful berries, green tea, nuts, and olive oil, are excellent choices that help calm your immune system. If you want insight into your levels, you could ask your doctor about a high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, HSCRP, blood test. Lower levels are generally better. The vital lesson here is fundamental. If your body is battling constant low-grade inflammation, your efforts to build or maintain muscle will be significantly hindered. Cooling this internal inflammation is a foundational step, creating the right environment for your muscles to respond effectively to exercise and nutrition, allowing your strength to truly flourish. Often linked just to bones, vitamin D is also crucially important for muscle, earning it the nickname, the muscle vitamin. Your muscle cells need it to function correctly. Yet, alarmingly, over 80% of older adults are deficient. This matters because studies show optimal vitamin D levels are linked to significantly greater muscle strength, up to 25% more, plus better balance and fewer falls. Deficiency risk increases as we age because our skin produces less vitamin D from sunlight. However, there's a vital partner, vitamin K2. If you supplement with vitamin D, especially higher doses often needed by seniors, getting enough K2 is critical. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic director, ensuring calcium goes to your bones, not your arteries. This pairing supports both bone health and cardiovascular safety. K2 is found in foods like hard cheeses, egg yolks, and natto. First, ask your doctor for a vitamin D blood test to know your levels. Aim for optimal levels, often considered above 40 ng/ml. If needed, supplement with vitamin D3, ideally combined with vitamin K2. Also include vitamin D-rich foods like fatty fish and K2-rich foods in your diet, and get sensible, safe sun exposure. Getting your vitamin D levels right, always considering its partner K2, is a foundational step for staying strong, steady, and independent. We know protein is crucial for muscle, but when you eat it can be just as vital as how much, especially as we get older. Our bodies become slightly less responsive to protein's muscle-building signals over time, a condition called anabolic resistance. Here's a common mistake. eating very little protein early in the day, and then having a large protein-heavy dinner. This isn't ideal, because your muscles have a limited window, just a few hours after each meal, to effectively use protein for building and repair. Loading up only at dinner means you miss valuable muscle-building opportunities earlier in the day. The powerful, simple solution? Spread your protein intake evenly throughout the day. Aim for a solid target of about 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, instead of just toast for breakfast, consider eggs, Greek yogurt, or cottage cheese. Continue with good protein sources at lunch and dinner. Studies confirm this works. Research, like one from the University of Texas, showed seniors gained more muscle simply by distributing their protein evenly, without increasing the total amount or changing exercise routines. This balanced approach also helps with blood sugar stability and appetite control. The takeaway lesson is clear. You're already eating meals, so make them work harder for your muscles. Don't let poor timing limit the benefits of the protein you consume. Strategic protein timing turns your regular meals into powerful muscle-preserving opportunities. Our final habit might seem paradoxical, finding strength through stress, not chronic, draining stress, but hormetic stress, brief, controlled challenges that make your body more resilient. We often seek comfort, but could too much actually work against our strength? Hormesis suggests yes. It's the principle that small, manageable stressors trigger powerful adaptive responses. Think of a quick cold rinse at the end of your shower making you feel alive, or the deep relaxation after a sauna session. These aren't just feelings, they are signs your body is activating protective mechanisms. Brief cold exposure can boost hormones that prevent muscle breakdown. Regular sauna use is linked to significantly less muscle loss in studies. Even narrowing your daily eating window, a form of mild fasting, can enhance muscle cell function. And brief, intense isometric holds, pushing against a wall for 5 to 10 seconds, can signal muscle building with minimal joint strain. These diverse methods share a core principle. They are short-lived, manageable challenges. The key word is moderation. Hormetic stress works because it's temporary. Overdoing any of these, too cold, too long fasting, pushing too hard, negates the benefits and can be harmful. Done right, however, these brief stresses switch on pathways that protect muscle and promote resilience. Though often overlooked, perhaps because it sounds uncomfortable, incorporating hormesis is simple. Consider adding one small, controlled challenge into your week. End your shower with 30 seconds of cold water. Try shortening your eating window by an hour, or practice a few brief isometric contractions. The lesson? Don't shy away from stepping slightly out of your comfort zone in brief, intentional ways. These controlled stressors act as powerful signals, reminding your body to stay adaptive, strong, and resilient against the challenges of aging. It's about using small stresses strategically to build greater overall strength. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, your body retains a remarkable capacity to adapt, both muscles and mind. It is never too late to get stronger, sharper, and more independent. Science clearly shows aging doesn't automatically mean slowing down when we make the choice to train smarter, eat better, and live stronger. Adopting positive changes one step at a time. Pick just one habit from the 7 discussed to focus on starting today. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. That approach often leads to feeling overwhelmed and isn't sustainable in the long run. Instead, choose one small, actionable step that feels achievable for you right now. Perhaps it's consciously adding a quality protein source to your breakfast to better support muscle maintenance. Maybe it's incorporating a quick 10-second isometric hold while watching TV to stimulate strength pathways. Or it could be ensuring you step into the sunlight for a few minutes daily to boost essential vitamin D levels. Focusing intently on integrating a single change allows you to build consistency and gain confidence. Commit to it with intention, make it part of your routine, and once it feels comfortably ingrained, you can strategically build from there. Why make this consistent effort? Because every conscious, positive choice you implement today serves as a direct and meaningful investment in the health, capability, and overall happiness of the future version of you. Think about the activities you cherish and wish to continue. Playing actively with grandchildren, tending your garden, traveling to new places, pursuing engaging hobbies, or simply moving through your daily life with ease, energy, and without unnecessary pain. The dedication you apply now directly contributes to preserving that precious freedom, dignity, and enjoyment for many years, even decades, to come. You are actively shaping a higher quality of future life. These habits represent a powerful shift away from passively accepting age-related limitations towards actively choosing strength, resilience, and vitality. They put the practical tools for healthier aging directly into your hands, empowering you to take control and significantly influence your personal health trajectory as you navigate the years ahead. Which of these habits resonated most strongly with you, or perhaps surprised you the most? Share your valuable thoughts in the comments section below. Your insights might be the very thing that inspires someone else. If you found this information genuinely helpful, please show your support with a like and subscribe for more evidence-based content focused on healthy, empowered aging. And please, share this video with friends or family members who could benefit from a strength boost today. If you enjoyed this video, comment 1 to let me know. If not, comment 2. Your thought mattered to me either way.